some dude from Germany, some Nazi came down here and told me how to build a world-breaking device. Before we do go in, though, that is crazy that a Nazi, like, just went from the Nazi government and he came to America and we fully trusted him that what he was telling us was 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
Nazi scientist. Albert Einstein was part of the Nazi, or he wasn't part of the Nazi party, but
He was German, man.
yeah.
What the hell?
Me, when the Albert Einstein cameo pops up in Oppenheimer.
Backflip.
Me, when Harry S. Truman pops up in Oppenheimer.
Me, when Iron Man builds an arc reactor in Oppenheimer. Me, when
What is up,
Robbie
you-
shows and Barbie.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of The Broken Man Show. My name is Christian, and I'm here with the guys, the boys, Jake and Cameron. And yeah, like I was gone for one video, and like
Me too. I won't the last video.
that's right.
That'd be, but
It was just Jake.
It was all up to do.
back hurt.
That just shows that Chris don't even watch our videos.
I was watching. I was getting to that because when I was looking at it, when I was watching it, I realized that Jake doesn't get scared easily.
Nope. That's I may have not been in that video, but I was in the room with Jake, and he told me beforehand. I basically explained how this video was supposed to go, or not supposed to go, but how the game was supposed to be, and it had very similar qualities to the way that Jake is as a person, I guess. Like literally starting off, and it was like talking about like sleeping schedule being a little bit off, and like the being home by himself, because that happens with Jake sometimes, and like other just basically things that would like lead up to like compare to Jake, and it still was no psychological thing. Also due to the fact that like Jake has a very different way of handling people breaking into his house than what was provided to him in the game. So
You have to go confront him.
yeah.
In our state, that's what you do. You know.
Did you get scared in the game, Cameron?
I have not had a chance to actually play the game. I watched gameplay on the first one.
Well, did it creep you out?
Yes, when I first watched it, it was like, because it was the walking up the stairs thing that really messed with me. Because Jake didn't catch that either time, and I noticed that he didn't catch it. So when you actually see the person walk upstairs, that was like the thing that kind of like put like a chill on my spine, because I was like, oh, he's in the house now. And then another thing that like Jake just kind of like flew past, I saw in the video, the back door was like open twice, and Jake just like walks up into the back door and just opens up the back door. He's like, oh yeah, can I get in the whip? And then like doesn't think any at all about like the back door being open.
My gamma was like 1.
That is true as well.
Is what?
Basically how bright the screen was.
Oh.
So like for him, when it was done in editing, it actually the screen had to be a lot brighter, because what he could see was almost pitch black. Like I was watching like because I had to do the editing for that one. The screen was literally almost pitch black, and like even when the light would come on, because you had no flashlight or anything like that, but the lights that were actually in the house, even those were still like really like dim light. And I'll put pictures of that up on the screen of how like it looked before and after of where I had to like brighten everything up. So that's another big part as to why Jake may have not even gotten scared, because there was things that he couldn't see happening in front of his own face.
So yeah, you don't get scared easily. What does actually scare you?
anything realistic, like meaning like anything that's actual danger to my life. Like I guess like I'd be scared of a lion. I'd be scared of like a shark, but I wouldn't be scared of like just the ocean in general. I'd just be scared of like a shark in the ocean. So I'd still go out there and surf, but with that fear in mind. Like one, I'd say like another like I guess fear that's not like that would be heights. Like if I'm climbing something and I get close to the edge. Other than that, like I've climbed like not like free climb mountains, but I've been up there on the top of mountains before. Like where it's like one wrong move, you're not coming back. So I mean,
Yeah.
Well, that's for me. I have a fear of heights, but like it's specifically the like not having some kind of safety catch that like really messes with me. Like no railing or anything like that, like looking over the edge of something that just kind of messes with me. But at the same time, like I want to go skydiving, so it's not enough of a fear to like just completely mess with me or anything like that. What?
So you're just like Jake. You're scared of like something that's like realistic.
Yeah.
I know you don't get scared easily.
That's the thing for me.
You watch horror movies, the man, he just chuckles at it.
Well, I've watched most of the Conjuring movies with Chris. I think I've seen the first one with him, and then we watched the third one with a friend, and it was
so easy.
he this friend, he gets so scared. But well, it was the scene where they were like in the morgue or whatever, and it was like that fat guy from the third one. You remember? And like the way he ran, he runs directly like at the camera or whatever, and I just bust out laughing. Our friend is like getting like really scared. He's doing like this away from like the screen. We had like up on a projector and everything like that. Like I own this projector and we put it like black screen. We're watching it outside. We had like snacks and drinks and stuff like that. Like we wanted like a scary, immersive experience. And I was just sitting there busting out laughing. The first Conjuring movie, when the girl got pulled by her hair, just it was so funny. Like the clap thing in it that just didn't do. Or what wasn't it? It was like clapping.
Yeah, it was clapping, but they had it in the trailers. So that didn't really scare me.
Have y'all ever seen A Haunting in Connecticut?
Mm-hmm.
That was the
not completely, but that based on a true story. That was the
first movie that really like scared me as a kid. Like I'd say like horror movies don't really scare me. They more or less set like a thriller. Like they're more or less like, what if this happened to me? Oh crap, I'd be scared. Oh, like I'm not like like I feel like if you react that way to a horror movie, then you know you might.
Like it's gotta be good jump scares. I feel like what happens in a lot of horror movies that I've seen is it's more of like it disturbs me really more than it does scare me. Like
the only movie I've ever seen that disturbs me is that one movie that Hostel that I watched with you. That's the only horror movie that's really ever disturbed me.
You've seen Hostel, right?
Yeah.
That actually
which not like disturbed me where I had to turn it off. Like I was just like, oh, that's it. Like you know.
Well, I've seen the movie at least probably 16 times. I own it on DVD, but like it was messed up. Like spoiler alert, but the dude gets he's like, the guy fakes it. And he's like, oh, you're free, but he doesn't realize that he's cut his Achilles heel. So when he stands up, his foot's flat on the ground, and when he moves forward, all the weight goes forward, and he slices Achilles heel. So he's just ripping his foot apart, and like that was disturbing. And then also, I have a fear of eyes when like I can't make eye contact with people for long periods of time when I'm talking to them. I constantly have to like look away. I hate my sister. She used to put like when she'd put her eye contacts in, I'd walk past the bathroom and I'd see her like just like rolling her eye around, and that freaks me out. We had this girl that we went to school with who she used to like flip her eyelids and that stuff. I just couldn't stand that. But in the movie Hostel, this girl gets her eyes literally like is coming out and it's still hanging on by the nerve, and you see like pus coming out or anything like that, and the eyes just like hanging down by her mouth. Is just, ooh, that was just really bad. But yeah, Hostel is actually a good example of like disturbing. I don't know if I guess it's a horror movie, but the Human Centipede, extremely disturbing to me. the first movie I feel like to actually scare me though was like The Fourth Kind. Like, have y'all ever seen The Fourth Kind?
Just explain the plot.
It's either The Fourth Kind or The Fifth Kind, but it's
Are you
like
talking about? Oh no, never mind.
it's like an alien movie, but like the aliens are like never seen in the movie. It's always like there was like an owl that was like outside the window, and there was like this girl who was like
Yeah, I
a
watched
psychiatrist
the
or something.
I remember. I didn't watch the full thing, but I did watch a recap.
I watched that when I was like 5 or 6 years old, so that was like why that just like really messed with me. That was probably the first movie that really scared me. Second after that was probably Chucky, and now I love Chucky. I love to be able to watch all the Chucky movies. But I remember it was Halloween and the Chucky like marathon that came on TV. I just came back from trick or treating. My mom was still like at someone's house, and it was just me and my dad at the house, and like we'd go around like the corner of the bed, and I was like right behind him. Like I was like, Chucky's gonna come around the corner of this bed. He's gonna screw me up. I was like, this is just so bad. And like I was just terrified of Chucky, but now I love Chucky.
See, as a kid, I was very adventurous. Like I was out in the woods a lot, like by myself. So with like Chucky, like a lot of that, I just feel like I'd be like, yeah, I'd just shoot Chucky. Like if Chucky ran at me, I'd just take out my 20 gauge and I'd put a bird shot in him, even as an 8-year-old. But I was very religious as a kid, so anything as like demons, I was really scared of that. Like if I hear of a demon as a kid, bro, I was out. If someone's like, yeah, that place is haunted, I wasn't down for it.
Yeah, but now you grow up and you just realize it's all bullshit.
Yeah, like just
and
people
most of
are
like
really
the demon,
scared.
yeah, most of like the demon movies are just like real bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it has to take, like really disturb me in order to like a movie to scare me. Like it has to have like some gore or like some psychological type like trauma that will leave you. I don't know how to explain it, but
I know what you're saying.
as to leave you like traumatized.
Yeah.
One movie that done that to me that like wasn't scary whatsoever, The Sixth Sense. Like that movie really caught me like off guard, where it was like, oh.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I know it got Bruce Willis in it.
Very good movie.
And I know about the plot. Not the plot, the twist.
Very good movie.
But yeah,
Caught me really off guard, and then
we might save more of this talk for like during Halloween.
Yeah, we got big plans coming up for October. We plan, don't know if it's gonna happen, but to have that whole month just be revolved around horror talk, and that might be when we pick up on more horror games other than Fears to Fathom. I'm not gonna say what those games are, but we do have plans for that.
Speaking of horror, yeah, do you think you want to talk about like the traumatic experience
If
that happened to us?
if I must, would you like to say it, or you want me?
Well, basically, me and Karen, we like to go to the gym at night, like very late, like where there's like no people around, like the.
Well, we have to like revolve. We have to revolve around Christian's work schedule sometimes, but yes, we do go very late.
And me personally, I like going late because ain't no crowds and shit. Yeah, we're working out, and we noticed it's like 20 minutes into our workout. We noticed that there's like an ambulance, not only like fire trucks, right?
No, it was like you saw like the blue lights from like a police car, but then you also saw like those red and white looking lights from like an ambulance.
I didn't see those. I only saw like the ambulance lights, and I thought like, oh okay, like maybe somebody passed out or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then we finish our workout. Cameron walks out, and I haven't finished it, so I go to finish like one set, and then
this is like we've already finished up most of our.
It's like
workouts.
An hour in.
Yeah, like, and we didn't think much of like going out to like look at anything. Just thought it was really weird, kind of like peeking over, like looking outside the window, but not really like going to check it out. But this is like after like an hour, we've already finished our workout, gone into the locker room, and I thought that he was done, but he goes and finishes up another workout.
And then while I'm doing it, I see the actual police lights, like the blue lights. I'm like, oh shit, maybe it's something serious. and it's like 7 cops out there. I'm like, oh fuck. Cameron walks out. I thought he would have noticed that. Like I stayed behind, and then like I'm there. I'm almost done, and he walks back like, yo, Christian, there's like a dead body out there. I'm like, at first I didn't believe him, but then I come to a realization that there's cops, there's ambulances. He might be telling the truth, and so we would just walk out, and I
want to say his general reaction to this was, well, I got one more set. So he continued to like work out, and he was like, all right, let's go.
And yeah, we just walk out, and it's right there, and like I don't know if Karen wants to explain it more because he saw most of it. I didn't.
Well, that's
I just like had a process like what the hell I'm looking at.
Well, as he said, he was still continuing doing his workout, and that's when I walk out. There's caution tape all the way up to like the front of the building, just about, and I'm like, what's going on? And again, 7, 8 police cars probably out there, just a bunch of flashing lights. And I see a bunch of police officers with like flashlights and stuff out there. I'm like, what's going on? I walk all the way out to the car thinking Chris is right behind me. It's like a kind of a humid night. I'm like, I'm not going to wait in the car. I didn't realize Chris still had another workout to do. So I put my stuff in the car and I'm going to stand outside the car. And I was about to be like, yo, what's going on at this place? And I was like, by the time I put my phone up, the wind blows. And there's this like black draped fence type thing that it like blows open this blanket. And I just see a white sheet and there's like blood spots on it. Very clearly a body. There's police officers who are shining a light on it, and it was enough for me to like. I put my phone back down. I was like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" I walked back inside to tell Chris, and again, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, yo, Chris, there's a dead body out there, and he's like, yo, bro, gotta get my pump in. There's just like one more set, but He finishes working out, and then when we walk back out there, at this point, now the police officers, they're all in a line, and they're shining their flashlights, and it seems what it looks to be, they're looking for some kind of evidence of something.
They're looking for shell casings.
Well, that's what I was thinking. They're looking for shell casings. They're looking for tire marks or anything of the sorts like that. And then me and Chris are sitting there looking at it. At that point, I actually did get some footage of it. I don't know, may or may not put that on the screen because that's kind of classified type thing. I don't know about that.
I wouldn't.
Anyway, we're going away, and this whole time Chris is like thinking, he's like, well, I wonder what happened, and he's trying to like kind of second guess about what he saw, because like one minute he's saying he saw some blood, and the next minute he's like, I don't know, maybe I didn't, and he's kind of like freaking out a little bit more than I am, and we talk about it for like the next like day or so, and we're like, there's nothing on the news, like what's going on, what's like, why is there nothing up there? It's been almost a whole day, and by that time they finally decided to be able to post something on the news, but they label it as a cardiac arrest, and that's where me and Chris are like, we're like putting our heads together. We're kind of suspicious. It's like, what's going on? And I know for a fact that I saw the amount of blood that I did. So that was where it was kind of freaky. And then it comes out, what was it, like 3 or 4 days after that, I think. Because I think
like 2 days.
What wound up happening was the police were doing an investigation, so they probably didn't want it to be out there that someone had passed away or whatever was done. But they finally came out and said that the man had been shot. And it's got Chris considering possibly going to a different gym, because another thing is our gym, it actually, with us going late at night,
there used to be lights.
Yeah, there used to be street lights, but now for like the past few months the street lights have been out. So I don't know if this is going to cause them to possibly have the street lights back on or what's going to happen.
It should though.
Well, I've been telling you like this for a minute. This place is like, getting a little bit worse and worse over the time, and like.
Plus the location behind it actually, where like the apartments and stuff are, is known to be kind of bad. And then also I know that a location that is in front of this gym has had a body to have been shown up there.
Yeah,
or at least someone has been
my
shot.
My cousin was killed around there like 2 months ago. Like, kind of same MO, just kind of walked up and shot. So I mean, it's kind of like not like close cousin or anything, but like you know. So I mean,
just at least someone you know.
The area's getting bad.
Yeah.
Me, I mean, I always got a piece on me, so you know, that's what I advocate for that. I tell everybody.
But I feel like I have this like defense mechanism, to like not be scared for certain things, where I try and make jokes or make light of a situation. So like here lately, I feel like I've been making a little bit of jokes every time me and Chris go. Like I wanted to go see the location shortly after everything had been cleared up and everything like that, and like the gym had been closed the day after, and then we went back to it. And I was like, well, I'm gonna go check this out. And
trying to find some shell casings for your collection of mass shooting incidents.
This is the second like shooting incident that I've.
Now you got a thing for walking up on crime scenes. I remember you did the same thing you did to Chris to me at the college festival. You walked up to me like, "Yo, bro, some lady just got hit by a car, bro."
I do have a bad habit.
Bro, her legs are crushed, bro.
I got a video.
But I wanted to go check out this location of like where everything had happened, and I walked over there, and Chris is like, "You're so white, dude. You want me to check this out?" And I was like, "Well, fine. If you don't want to check it out, I'm gonna check it out myself." And he's thinking like someone's gonna show up again. And I'm like, "Oh, I guess so." But then Chris still had, he starts up the car, and then he drives the car around to be able to go check it out himself.
What probably happened though was probably like a marketplace sale go wrong, or just something like that, or maybe someone caught up with a bad crowd, like you know, they were buying like not bad drugs, but like you know, like common drugs, and you know, got a robbery or a sale went wrong.
That's I will say the thing that
or maybe kinda, even like an argument. Like y'all didn't hear any shots. Like
no, I didn't hear anything. Which to be fair, like the building is no, I don't, because I don't wear it. Chris does, but I don't. But they do play music, and there's fans, and there's people that's running on the treadmills, and there's other sounds, and the building is decently soundproof actually. But yeah, I didn't hear anything. Like even the sirens, you didn't hear anything until you went out. But even then, they had turned them off.
That is kind of crazy to think about. Someone just got killed in the parking lot, didn't even hear it.
Well, that's the thing that's kind of crazy to me that I'm thinking about.
That's what got to me. It was like, I was here the whole time. I ain't hear it.
The thing that's crazy to me is that does this person like still go to the gym? Like, did the person who shot, does he go to the gym? And it's like me and Chris, we've still been going to the gym after this. So it's like, are we amongst?
No, we haven't. Like, we haven't stepped foot in there.
But wait, what?
I wouldn't.
We haven't stepped foot since we found out it was a homicide.
I wouldn't really be like sus about it. Like it could happen to anybody. This is kind of like a common occurrence. I see this happen like you know a few times a year. People I know, people I don't, or even associated with. It's just like you know, wrong place, wrong time. That's why I tell y'all like, I know y'all ain't big firearm people, but like. Anybody like even like somebody like that thinks that they should be away from the people, like you know, if you're defenseless against the people, that's how you defend yourself. So that's how I see it, bro. The only way not to get shot, and that's what this place is coming to. You could just get shot for doing anything, bro.
So yeah, my fault. I was confused as to what Chris was saying after he said being a homicide about not going back to the gym. Because we've been back to the gym since the body had been found. And personally, like I said, I knew from first seeing that someone had either been shot or stabbed. Chris was still, he didn't.
I was waiting for a police report.
Yeah, he wasn't 100% sure. But I will say, I've been a little bit nervous going to the gym. Just thinking like that someone could be amongst us. But it's, again, not enough to really make me stop going. I told Chris, I was like, I went, the way that the bathroom is set up, it's like you go into like this large bathroom stall, and then there's like all the showers and stuff like that. I told him, it's completely coincidental, because Chris, he told us about this video idea today, actually, but I showed up wearing this Ghostface slasher type shirt, but on my mind it was like going to the bathroom stall and like hearing something like the shower curtain move or something like that, and knowing I was like the only one in the locker room, and then like going out and like checking the shower curtain or whatever, and then like slasher type thing. But I was telling him about that, and he was just like, nah, I don't think that's what happened. But it's really weird to have come across something like that. But anything else?
Yeah. No, I just want to share, like, we were sharing, like, shit that scares us. That might be one of the, probably a traumatic experience that will, like, I will live on with.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, my uncle
Came
was
out of nowhere, bro.
my uncle was an EMT in Rocky Mount for a while. And being an EMT up there, they made him wear a bulletproof vest because there's so many shootings up there, they'll shoot the EMTs coming in. And that man will have some stories of, like, rolling up on some scenes. And it'll make you think, like, of just, like, there's a lot of stuff that probably happens around you that you don't hear about. Like, you don't know about, like, there's been probably multiple shootings around us and all that, like, that you never know. Like, think about it, if maybe,
unless
like,
you actually come across it, or if you're looking on the news, like, every day.
if it would have been timed perfectly, it could have happened so timed perfectly, y'all could have went in, worked out, he could have got killed in the parking lot, cleaned him up, been out of there, y'all would have never known.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if y'all had never noticed the cherries and berries. So, I mean, sometimes, like, anything can happen anywhere. And it just, that's just crazy. Like, I was listening to this one dude, I mean, it kind of reminded me, I forget where I heard the story from, but I don't like telling other people's stories, so I'll just tell a quick version. He's driving down the road, and he sees what looks like to be like a log in the road on the highway. And he gets up there, and then he starts to see a car flipped. He starts to realize there's a bunch of, like, dead people in the road. So him and his wife get out, started giving a response, but still, though, like, you never know. You just driving or working out one day, instantly exposed to just somebody's untimely demise.
Well, that was the first time coming across something like that drastic. Like, I'll personally say I have seen dead bodies before, without them, like, without the funeral aspect of it. Like, personally, my aunt, she used to work at a funeral home, so to prep the body, I've seen that before. Or personally, my grandmother, when she passed away, I had to go in there, and it was like the last act that I had to do was pick her up and carry her to the hearse that night, which was like a very eerie and weird feeling. But to come across a body such as this, and it was like within a few feet of me, and also it's like the timing of it. It's like, if we were just a few minutes later getting to the gym, would we have seen it? Would we have gotten shot? What would have happened to us? Type stuff like that.
Could it have been y'all?
Yes, that's what I'm. Just really, really weird. And there's no reason, as of right now, there's no reason about it. And I'm not about to go and do any investigation on it or anything like that. But
Oh yeah, all respect to him, man. It's like,
yeah.
We don't know anything about his death, so don't take any information from us.
Just hopefully he gets justice, and
Mm-hmm.
the damn gym can turn on their lights.
Yeah.
So we can feel a bit safer there.
It ain't Among Us lobby in there.
But yeah, guys, that concludes this video. We just wanted to share what brings fears to us, and like some stories that have brought fear into us. And yeah, I guess we just end it off right
get
here.
into like the roots of what we really wanted this channel to originally be, with it being like I guess like podcast-ish type stuff.
Yeah, because we haven't done that in a while. So.
Like where it's just us talking directly to the audience about something going on in our lives, or I guess something newsworthy or interesting. So this is just a way for y'all to be able to get to know a bit more about us again, and something that's going on in our life recently.
Hopefully that person gets justice, and Jim turns on the lights, like I said. And yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And yeah. Like, comment. And thank you for watching.
Peace out.